YouTubers? This your boy Amari Points here, bringing you the latest movie review. Today I'm doing my latest movie review on the latest DreamWorks animated movie, Ruby Gillman, the Teenage Kraken. So basically, this is about a teenager named Ruby Gillman, who is basically when who basically isn't just a normal teenager. She finds out that she comes from royalty and that she's a kraken living among humans. So yes, this is kind of like a shock to her, but when she realizes that she is from royalty, she kind of freaks out. She doesn't know how to take it, but she adjusts to like her kraken heritage. But also she kind of again freaks out on her abilities and her powers, and she realizes she's destined for more in her life, and she has to obey by one rule that her mother gives her, and that's to not go in the water. Well, when I actually saw this, I thought there was no possible way I was going to like it, but I was wrong. It was decent. It was great. It was great. It had a few knickknacks here and there, though I honestly thought it was kind of like a cheap knockoff of The Little Mermaid in a way. But again, sorry if I say but a lot. Again, it was all right. It was all right. It was cool, fun, and exciting in so many ways. I think it was pretty fun, especially for the little kids to see who love mermaids and krakens. Let's start off with the positives and negatives. First off are the positives. The way that this story is well written. The story is well written, and we see that Ruby is just trying to be a normal teenager, and the way they had that play out in the story is just great. The way that they honestly put it, she's just trying to be a normal teenager, trying to live a decent, normal life, and when she honestly again finds out she's a kraken, she kind of doesn't take it too well. She doesn't know how to adjust to it. But the story, again, itself, is fun, entertaining. It helps you realize that you can be yourself. You don't have to change for anyone. You can be yourself. Don't honestly be something you're not, because all you can do is be you. And I love how this movie really touches on that subject. Always be yourself and only be you, because that's the only person you can be. This is a well-written story, and I love how they really touch on stuff like this, because in my way, this is the type of movie that everyone needs to see, especially if you're going through a hard time dealing with a lot of stuff. If you're having a tough time fitting in or anything, this is the type of movie you definitely should go see. It'll teach you to just be yourself. Another positive is the cast and characters themselves. The cast was well picked out for this movie, especially the main lead actress who plays Ruby. She really does hit the nail on the head. The actress that plays her, she really is talented, along with the actress that plays her mother and her grandmother and the rest of her friends and family. They really did a good job picking out the cast, for this movie. This is definitely a movie that everyone is going to have a fun time watching and enjoy themselves. The cast really makes up for this in a huge way. You cannot honestly ask for a better cast than the ones that were picked out for this movie. And I think the cast was well picked. Another positive is the visual effects for this movie. The animation itself really was well drawn and well written out. I could not believe how great this was. It felt like DreamWorks is really making a huge comeback. First with Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, and now with Ruby Gillman, the teenage Kraken. DreamWorks really went all out with the animation here. You really could not honestly look away from this. I really did love how they really put their heart and soul into making sure the animation was perfect for this movie. They are really, again, making a huge comeback, and I'm looking forward to seeing them do future movies and making sure that it is well written out and is fun. Definitely, definitely, DreamWorks, you are stepping up your game, especially for a new generation. Keep up the great work, guys. I'm looking forward to seeing you do more animation like this. And I think that's it for the positives. On to the negative. The one negative I have about this movie is that the way they make the mermaids evil. They honestly, I was just shocked. I mean, we all know about mermaids. All mermaids are good, especially when we see, as we've seen in like The Little Mermaid and every other animated mermaid movie. But in this movie, the mermaids are evil. Why would they do that? I think they honestly were wrong for doing that. This is just one of those one of those negative things that I think they should never have done. I think if they honestly made mermaids good, I would have been okay with that. I really would have loved for them to make the mermaids good instead of making them evil. Why would you do that, DreamWorks? Why would you honestly want to scar little children? They shouldn't be doing that. None whatsoever. Another negative is that, well, Chelsea, the mermaid girl, that is actually trying to be Ruby's friend. I think she didn't get as much screen time either. She was only in a couple of scenes from here and there. I think it could have been better if they made her like have some screen time instead of just little. She was in a few good scenes, don't get me wrong. But I think if they put her in more scenes, that would have been fine with me. They honestly really could have done so much more with her character in this movie. And to be honest, that's that I think that they should have really worked on her some more, along with Ruby's friends. Another negative. Ruby's friends weren't really in this movie that much. I understand that it's basically about Ruby, but come on, really? You could have had her friends in more scenes. They were in little scenes. It could have been better if they honestly put her in more scenes and put her friends, in more scenes, along with Chelsea, instead of just having them in little scenes. I think that's something they should have worked on, because I get it's about Ruby and her journey of self-discovery, but her friends would have been nice, would have been helpful too, instead of just having her friends in not that much scenes. I really wish they could have had her, Chelsea, and Ruby's friends in more scenes in this movie. I really do believe that. And that's it for my positives and negatives. On to the rant. Hang up. Sorry, guys. This movie itself, I love how they portray Krakens to be good and how they are not as evil as people think they are. And and everything. Ruby Gillman herself, she she is, again, she's on a journey of self discovery. She wants to like find out who she is and like use her powers to protect the Trident that we seen in the trailers and everything. And we learn a little bit about Chelsea and her backstory, though she's not who she says she is. I cannot tell you who she is because that will be spoiling the movie for you guys. When you see who she really is, your mind is going to be like, "What? I did not expect that." But when you see who Chelsea really is, you are going to be surprised. I was surprised myself. I was surprised myself. I really really was. But all in all, her her backstory is kind of like a bit iffy in ways. But you but aside from her, Ruby is definitely a teenager on a mission. She honestly wants to ask this guy she likes to prom, and she has trouble asking him, but she works up the courage. I can't tell you when, but you are going to see when she does. This movie itself is very phenomenal. If you have little kids, take them to go see it. They'll have a good laugh along with you. You will definitely have some fun times with this movie. I laughed at a few scenes in this movie myself, and it was still exciting and fun to watch. But again, it did have some ifs here and there, like I told you before. It was still a fun movie to watch and enjoyable for everybody to see. And you will not be disappointed with how this movie turned out tremendously. You are going to be blown away and have a really fun time with this movie. Anyone who likes mermaids, krakens, and all that, you are going to have a fun time. You're definitely going to have a fun time with this movie and laugh your heads off. Definitely go see this movie for sure. And that's it for my rant. On to the rating. I give Ruby Gillman, the Teenage Kraken, a solid B plus. I hope everyone can see it. It's a B plus. B plus. Because I really did enjoy the animation. DreamWorks is making a huge comeback, like I told you before. First with Puss in Boots, now with Ruby Gillman. I really did enjoy the animation and visual effects. They really did put a lot of work into making this movie fun and enjoyable for all ages. But again, I had a few problems with this movie. Chelsea, who's supposed to be Ruby's best friend, new bestie, and her friends weren't in it as much, along with her dad, brother, and her, I guess, as most of you already know, her grandmama. She wasn't in it that much either. I really wish they could have put all these characters in more scenes with her, but I guess they'll probably have some deleted scenes with all the characters and all that. But it was still an enjoyable, fun movie to watch that DreamWorks has really brought to life. I am looking forward to seeing what they do next in their future animated films. Ruby Gillman is definitely a huge step up for DreamWorks. It's for sure fun and really entertaining and laughable to see. I myself, again, laughed at a few scenes. It was fun and amusing. Definitely go see this movie. You will not be disappointed with the animation and the good storylines and everything in here. You are going to have a fun time. And that's it for my movie review, guys. Don't forget to like, comment down below on what you guys thought of Ruby Gillman, the Teenage Kraken. Subscribe and share with everyone you know. And press the little notification bell at the bottom of my video to get notified when my next movie review is going to be. I will see you guys soon. Take care and God bless. Peace.